Today I ducked up by not removing my girlfriend's phone from my bed. Obligatory. This didn't happen today, but actually close to a year ago. Last October to be exact. So backstory. I had been dating this girl at the time for about 4 months. Her parents were awesome and loving towards me, helping me with car repairs. Her dad is great with cars, and her mom just being a very lovingly mother figure. They just didn't want one thing, us having sex before marriage. They had a lot of reasons, and we were actually planning on it. But we both weren't virgins, and her parents had no idea she had already lost her virginity. So of course, temptation got the better of us. Okay, end of backstory. She was a senior in high school, and I had just started college about an hour away. We rarely got to see each other, but when we did, we made it count. We would have fun date nights, cook or go out, and then go back to my place and do the deed. Every time she would leave I would get sad, but knew I'd see her again. One time when she came up, she told me she needed to let her mom know she made it safely, and tried calling her. No answer. She said she was gonna text her. Made sense to me. Once she said we got right to business. She put her phone on the bed, and I didn't even. Things went on for a while. Lots of foreplay, and we tried some new positions. Lots of fun. And by the end of it, we both laid down, and it was dead silent. Followed by some vibrating. It was her phone ringing, but we couldn't find it. Then we found it under my ass. We laughed about it for a secretary before she answered. It was her mom. And within seconds, my girlfriend's expression went from one of laughter to pure shock and horror. Turns out that she hadn't clicked send on the text she sent out. So her mom has called us during our deed to make sure she was safe, and our best guess is her phone was underneath, and my ass managed to answer the phone. And in turn, she heard some unbearable noises, followed by my girlfriend calling someone daddy who was definitely not her dad. The mother's words, not mine. She told my girlfriend to get her ass home now. My girlfriend started bawling and started having a panic attack. I attempted to calm her down but she wouldn't. So I drove her back in her car, all while trying to calm her down and make myself remain calm. Her mother called again and started screaming at her, saying how could she do this, and other things along those lines. My girlfriend said that we were on our way to talk. Her mother absolutely said I was not allowed over. So we got back to our hometown. I parked very close to her house, but far enough where we wouldn't get caught. She drove home. I called my mom for a surprise I'm home for the weekend. She came and picked me up, and I bawled in her arms. I told her everything. She comforted me and told me she loved me and would do everything she could to help. We got back to my house, and I laid in my bed, anxious and nervous. I cried and just waited, hoping to hear from my girlfriend. For the longest time, I thought I never would hear from her again. Then finally, my phone rang. After 4 hours. She said she was coming over, and we needed to talk. Once she got to my house, we talked for about 30 minutes. She said her parents were calm now, and then I was gonna be able to come talk. I was nervous, but I loved her, so I did it. When I got to their house, I walked in and instantly just started apologizing. I went on and on about how we won't do it again, and how we are just stupid teenagers, and most importantly how I was gonna rebuild their trust. Eventually they told me things along the lines of everything was okay, they understood, and they just wanted us to be safe. We opened up a lot about my girlfriend's past relationship, and how that guy had hurt her pretty bad emotionally, and they just wanted to protect their daughter. At the end of it all, I learned they just loved their daughter, and didn't want her getting hurt. But they trusted me, and we are still together, now at 1 year and 2 months in. And everything is cool. Sometimes I worry it's still weird with her parents, but they still show me the same love and support. TLDR, my girlfriend and I took phone sex to a whole other level. Edit, holy duck you guys, I went to class and come out and this is what I see. Thank you so much for the gold, stranger. My first gold. That ended a lot better than I was expecting. Setting us up for tragedy with the at the time at the start. She used to be his girlfriend. She still is, but she used to be too. Reminds me of that joke. A couple go to a party with their kids and the guy introduces his family to his friend. Guy, pointing to his wife, this is my first wife. Wife, and his only wife. Guy, pointing towards the kids. These are her kids. Wife, and his two. Guy, gosh I used to love them so much. Wife, he still does. This is pretty good lol. I may need to use this sometime. You'd be lucky this was it. My high school girlfriend's dad walked in on me face down in the muff of his daughter. Dinner that night was super awkward. Luckily you already ate out before dinner. The dad should have asserted dad joke dominance by saying I was going to ask if you wanted to eat out tonight, but it looks like you got that covered. Then leaves the room while finger gunning. Zoop. The legend lives on. My high school boyfriend's parents found our condoms in his car and made us have a talk with them, during which I was asked to promise to not have sex anymore, and they wouldn't tell my parents. Who do they think I got birth control from? I was on the pill, using condoms and spermicide, because I was not going to get pregnant. My parents knew. My friend's mom was cleaning his room in high school and found a Pringles can full of used condoms. He knew she found them because she cleaned them out and put the can back. Do you mean she cleaned the condoms and then put them back, or removed the condoms? Each one washed and folded neatly with the mint on top. Mouthwash them. Delete. Alexa, how to delete this comment? The TLDR though. A whole new meaning to the term butt dialed. Or, but call. Na booty call. The call is coming from inside the booty? Yes daddy. Do you still call her mum when you're ducking so she knows she is safe? Edit. Please stop upvoting. I don't want this to be one of my top comments, oh god. Hearing the mom's voice would be the biggest nut ever. r/curse comments. I already regret enabling it. Nice work, daddy. Does anyone really like being called that in bed? Why? It's a whole branch of BDSM. DDLG. Daddy dom. Little girl. Dynamic is similar to a dominant and submissive, though tends to be more sweet, caring as opposed to masochistic. I never thought I would, until my current girlfriend called me daddy and holy stuff something snapped, and it was ducking awesome. Oof, been there. Except my GF butt dialed me in the middle of banging another dude. Ouch. Damn, I'm sorry man. That's been a good percentage of the TIFUs recently, so I thought it was going in this direction. Here's an obligatory dodged a bullet man. At least you know she wasn't doing anal, because her butt dialed. Fun fact, the way you've worded it sounds like you're banging another dude, not her. At least it wasn't a FaceTime. Or was it? Username. Sorta checks out. I've got a friend who somehow pocket dials me all the time. Once I heard dude moans, but he's not getting laid, bet he was just pooping or something. LPT, he's not pocket dialing you. Came here to DL say this lol. Sigh, I wish my GF's parents were that open-minded. If I sit with my arm around my girlfriend for too long, she gets an earful for being too love-a-dove once I've gone home, and one time I got caught kissing her on the cheek. You can guess how that went. Now I know better. My wife's parents were the same way, so I got her pregnant and married her so they could stop. Now you guys can just smash on the living room couch while her parents are sitting in it. I dated a girl in high school who would slip me in when we were watching TV with her parents. IDK if they were just stupid or didn't care, but I've always felt stuffy about that lol. I've had similar experiences and thinking now about how hyper aware I am if my kid did that while I were in the same room. I'm incredibly uncomfortable just thinking about it lol. I feel bad for when I did it. There's no way the parents were oblivious to that. I'd call them the duck out and bring them to the store to buy them condoms and spermicide right then and there. Nothing like teaching a little responsibility and embarrassing them at the same time. When you said you went over to your girlfriend's house to talk to her parents, I thought that they were going to talk you into a shotgun wedding or something. Glad it all worked out at the end though. Are the good old days. Next time when you talk to an ass on the phone, remember this story when someone literally talked to an ass on the phone. How do I need this stupid sentence? Not 100% clear, but it involves pine particles and a skin-tight leather outfit, or a DeLorean. I read it as uneed and not uneed. The amount of times I reread both of those looking for a difference makes me question my intelligence. I read reread as reread. Oh no, not again. That's not a TLDR. That's a secondary title. And we were actually planning on it. What a flat out lie. Honestly, where Badal meets booty call. God, I hate parents like that. How could you do this, bro? 18 humans have sex ducking, relax. That awkward moment parents are in control of two adult sex lives. Time to move. Really tired of hearing about parents making their kids feel bad about sex. When you think about it, it's a really ducked up thing to do and can have long-term negative effects that will hurt the kid in future relationships. TIFU by doing sex. No way. Sex penis. I was balls deep in my high school GF when her dad walked in her bedroom. My back was to him and I was standing, slouching really, and thought it was better not to pull out since I was obstructing his view and didn't want to change that. The guy went 6 feet 6 inches and around 400 lbs. I weighed barely a quarter of that. I was pretty sure it was going to be my last day on earth. Then he asked Ace out, "Do you want to go out on the boat?" I incoherently mumbled something. I don't even know what I said, and he shut the door. I finished. We were 17, so it only took about 30 seconds, even after the trauma of him walking in on us. I zipped up and went out figuring that I was about to meet my maker. When I got to the living room, he put his hand around the back of my neck, guided me out of the house and down to the dock. In a very calm but stern voice he told me to never hurt his daughter and to lock the door whenever I'm in her room, so his wife would never have to see what he saw. He was a great man. I miss him. My mind would immediately go from "Do you want to go out on the boat?" to "Do you want to go out on the boat?" so I can more easily dump your body for making me see that. But damn, that's a great father. Well, not really a TIFU for you, because she's still in your life and her parents don't hate you. That was my first thought too, but happy ending or not, I don't think there's a world where but dialing, well, but answering your GF's parents to overhear that isn't a duck up. Thanks for watching to the end. Remember to give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and punch the subscribe button in the face.